welcome to Boys and Brunch. This is the show where we expose everything going down on the timeline. And today we are talking about some crazy topics. As soon as I can get my mouse over here so I can actually scroll to what these topics are. I don't know why this is acting so weird. So today we are talking about Andrew Gillum, the former mayor of Tallahassee, who came out as bisexual. We're talking about what it means when someone asks you to chill. We're talking about outing another man to your girlfriend if they're interested in him, and buying your significant other a PS5 or any other expensive gift. I'm Jarrod D. King, and I am joined by co-hosts Brandon Harris-Williams and Marcus Haynes. And today we have a special guest who's going to be your new best friend, Tre'Varis. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, doing well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm black. Really black.
Always a good thing.
I'm not woke unnecessarily, if that's a word. You know, some people are woke for no reason. I'm not that. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. What else? I'm a drag queen, if that helps. I am a lover of all things Beyonce. I don't argue about it.
Yes.
I do not argue about politics. I don't argue about Brandy versus Monica. I don't argue about Beyonce. That's pretty much it. But I do love to argue. It is a stress reliever.
I was gonna say, because we're gonna be arguing today.
I love to argue, and I tend to win.
Wait a minute.
Hey, you asked about me. I'm like, Other than that, I mean, that's about it. Yeah, that's me, and I'm very, very, very single. So that's, other than that, I'm not desperate, just single.
All right, good to know.
Very.
Very, very.
So I was introduced to you through Brandon. So how do you two know each other?
Jack, I'm just joking. Entertainment.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Do you want to expand on that kind of entertainment? Because I think you say that, and people's minds are going to be going, especially if you start off with
adult
Jack.
entertainment. So I mean,
we're adults in adult entertainment. However you want to take that.
Okay. I might have to delve into that a little bit more. We're going to see. So,
and it was good. And it was good content.
Oh my gosh! Like I said a few weeks ago, send me the link. So what are you drinking today, Tre'Varis?
I have water to balance everything out.
Okay.
And yes, I have water to balance everything out.
Okay, hey, that works.
In the mug, though.
What's in the mug? You want to? Yeah.
We're gonna share ours.
What are we balancing?
Just a little cracked apple juice. It ain't too much.
Okay. All right. So, Marcus, what about you? What are you drinking today? What's going
on? I'm finishing up the last of my red wine so that next week I'll have something new.
Okay. All right. We love consistency.
You only drink on Sundays?
Huh?
You only drink on Sundays?
I never said that. I just only drink my red wine on Sundays.
Gotcha.
Understood.
Anything new going on with you, Marcus?
Anything new? Not yet, but ask me that question again next week.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. Brandon, what's in your glass today?
I have watermelon Rita in my glass,
Oh. Very nice.
I love to open a can and then pour it into, my glass,
Make it feel fancy.
Oh.
Like real Tammy Romanist,
So, what personal updates do you have for us this week before we jump into stuff?
I think I returned to the office this week because I was able
to hear that.
Keep that off. Same. But I think that's it.
Okay. Well, look, if anything pops up, just, let us know. We're here. We'll be here for an hour. So I'm going to disappoint everybody because I've gone back to coffee for for the day.
Long night.
Right, long night. You was already out of town this weekend. Now wait.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, and that's part of my personal update. I was out of town earlier this week. I went to Atlantic City. It was nice to be out there. I just kind of clear my head, and I even shared a little thing on my Instagram story saying this is the closest to the beach I'm going to get, because I haven't been to the beach all this year. So yeah, but all right. So I think we're ready to move in.
I like how he moved off of that. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cute.
Real quick, real smooth.
I had a few follow-up questions, but if we're gonna move along, we can move along.
So to the viewers, if at any point you hear something you like, please heart it up or give us a like or anything. I've seen some hearts on the stream already, so thank you so much. I will be watching the comments, doing my best to interact with you and shout you out. And so here we go. First topic, Andrew Gillum. So earlier this week, the Tamron Hall show premiered with a bang. We got caught up with former Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, whom we saw last in a big story where he was photographed unconscious, naked, and lying in his own vomit. He wasn't in the room alone. He was with an acquaintance who was a male sex worker who had overdosed on meth. So it was a big, crazy story. You probably heard about it. And on Tamron Hall, he described the hurt that many people believed that he was living a lie with his wife and family. Yeah. And soon after, he announced that he was bisexual. This got a lot of people buzzing online. So I think I want to start with Marcus. What do you think of this news?
I think that people, as people do, are just like blowing it out of proportion. From my understanding, the people are upset about him being bisexual. That's just the truth. They're upset about that, but they're often trying to kind of couch it in between this, like, oh, but he was cheating on his wife and he was on all these drugs. And if I'm not mistaken, he said that he's seeking help for the drugs, and his wife already knew. So my main takeaway is, like, what are people really mad at? Spoiler alert, I know the answer.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you make that clear to us, to the viewers?
Like, basically, they just upset. Like, people are just looking for a reason just to down talk bisexual people. Like, because they have this whole idea, like, oh, it's secrecy. Oh, you lying to your wife, you disrespecting marriage, and all this other foolishness. Like,
and,
half the people
ain't even married. That's what gets me.
Listen. Like, I'm gonna say, barely got two nickels to rub together, but they are so upset.
Right. There's a lot of judgment that goes around, especially with a story like this. And there's always, and I think we'd even talked about it a few episodes ago with Busy Blue. We're talking about, bisexuality and how people just kind of don't want to acknowledge it or aren't able to actually fit that into their worldview. I think they've finally grasped homosexuality, but bisexuality is like another layer that a lot of people just have trouble with. Tre'Varis, what do you think about all this that happened and that we're talking
about? First of all, I saw everything, but to hear it is like, ooh, it just sounds so more interesting to talk about it. It's like, overdose, laying there naked in your own vomit. Even though I already saw it, but it's a lot. Yeah. First off, I just feel that whoever the styling team is, that man is thinning a little bit in the top, and they didn't cover that up to have that man on TV. So I feel like I was trying to shade him a little bit. I'm very big on, like, if you're gonna put somebody out there, make sure they're together. I'm not really concerned about him in a sense of, like, this is his truth. I hope it's his truth. Tell what you've been through. I think if anything, it's more so like, keep my wife out of this. I think, like, okay. I don't like, because at the end of the day, I feel like she knew this stuff already. You know what I'm saying? But because being bisexual,
when you say that she knew this stuff, what exactly are you saying that she knew?
Well, I'm saying I don't think it was like a secret that he was bisexual. I mean, I don't know what happens in their home, but I'm like,
no, it wasn't. She knew.
She knew.
Yeah, so like, she knew that, and I'm sure she also knew, because on the show he was saying like how sad and depressed and he was going through stuff. Like, I'm sure she knew all of this. So I really feel like I wouldn't have even had her on the interview. Me personally. But also because we are dealing with people who don't understand minding their business. People may look at her dumb, like, why is she dating a bisexual man? Or I mean, married to a bisexual man. Like, but it's like, that's none of your business.
Is that why you wouldn't have had her on, like, because you feel like the judgment would just be too much?
I think, I'm really big on like protecting your family, and I just feel like because people don't, first of all, people can't keep a man and save their life anyway, and people marriages is trash, and there's usually the ones who always got something to say about somebody else's marriage, but we ain't gonna do that. And I just feel like those are the people who are gonna try to attack her, and it's like, but you don't even know what she already has been through or what she's already, especially when you are married to somebody who's in office, you've already signed up for a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
Yeah, I hear you. So he says he's never used meth. He's never admitted to paying his acquaintance for sex. Do you think, Brandon, that he's lying about anything? Does anything ring untrue about this whole situation?
I don't know. I think he was trying to be very adamant in the fact that he was just there drinking, that he was alcohol abuse because of all that he was going through. He was very adamant that it was just an acquaintance, that they didn't do anything sexual, that it was just the two of them there. So I haven't followed him enough to know, like, I'm saying, to kind of see what those tells might be, or to know when he might be lying. I'm going to take it at face value, say he's telling the truth. You gotta leave them white gay men alone, though.
Hello, please.
Can we do it? Can we do it?
All these full nose chocolate men out here. Let's come on now.
But I also too want to clear up too, though, in the interview though, they did both say though that he and his wife were out of town together. So she wasn't like in the room, but they were at least in the same city for like the same event or something. So it's not even like he was. Yeah, so it's not like he was, I guess, sneaking around fully. He probably was really just meeting up with someone, I guess, to drink or do whatever, and then
there's
all the craziness happen.
Yeah. So I guess, the last question I have about this is like, why is it so hard for people to understand bisexuality? Anybody can.
Because people like, people don't like the gray space. People like either or. People like understanding that you like women or you like men. How can you like both? I think it's a big deal of insecurity, especially with typically straight women. What you hear is that they're worried that now I gotta worry about men and women looking at my man.
Yeah. And it's interesting.
And typically these men be ugly that you talking about. Like, we don't want him.
Girl, don't nobody want your nigga. I promise. Can I say that? I'm sorry. Don't nobody want him.
Yes, go.
Nobody. But yeah, I just think it's it's interesting because you also, like, men would get it from their male friends as well. If they're straight male friends who would be like, oh, if you say you're bisexual, but you're really just gay, or they'll just kind of sideline you and put you in a box so that it's a little bit easier to wrap their heads around it, and maybe not even talk to you anymore because of that.
That's a security issue.
It really is.
Now I do also think too there's a slight other layer that a lot of gay people do use the bisexual excuse until they feel more comfortable. I think that's because of homophobia. It's because, like, well, at least they'll be more comfortable. Like, I still at least like women, so there's still a chance. So that adds a layer to it. But that is because of biphobia and then also homophobia, that you can't just say, I like one or the, what I'm saying? So it's not their fault, even though that adds to it.
Right.
For some people, saying I'm bisexual is baby steps to saying I am a queen.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't want to drop that on you 100% all the way. So we're gonna take this baby steps.
Let me say how you take this.
Right.
Has anybody come out as bi first and then
not
later?
No. But I was dragged out the closet, so
take a nice big sip.
Does the mug say queen? I ain't never had that issue. It is what it is.
So I have actually. And yeah, I think that was me trying to like baby step out of it. And I don't really think that, looking back, there really was no reason for that. But I needed to do that for my own safety, and you know, I mean, and people make jokes about it, and I don't care about the jokes. I don't get offended by that at all, because it's, you know, it's just a little funny looking back. It's, you know, there's a little bit of humor in that, but yeah, that was my experience. I came out as bi first, and then I was like, later on, I was like, you really know what it is, though, right?
I feel like everybody bisexual.
You said everybody's bisexual?
I love a good pair of titties every now and then. I don't want to touch it, but I like to look at it though.
I feel like that's different though.
Cleavage is cute. I even seen a whatchamacallit, you know, down there one time. It was
I'm leaving, not a whatchamacallit.
Like the collective confusion when he said that.
But in person though, what are we gonna do with that?
I ain't never seen it in person, but on the picture it was cute. I touch it. I like, you know, oh, that's cute.
Oh my God.
You know what?
The horror.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I personally wouldn't know what to do, how to help.
Not how to help.
I'm sorry, girl. I can't help you. So I want to move on to this other question that we had. Let me see if I can pull this up, because yet again I forgot to actually open these files before I was going to share them. So let me do that. And hold up.
Well, while he looking, has anybody ever like been with a woman?
No, man.
Oh, that's a good question. Why don't we start there first?
Oh, everybody said no. We waiting on you.
Oh no, I have not.
Oh, okay.
And I have, you know, honestly, I have no desire to.
Okay.
Any of you? That's interesting, because I feel like usually.
Well, see now, like every now and then a stud kind of, you know.
They're aggressive. They're aggressive and they're cute though.
Really?
I mean,
So you like a masculine girl? If
no, I didn't say that. I didn't.
Well,
I said every now and then a stud. Yes, but I don't like them. Let's not. Be careful what we say.
Oh, gosh. All right. So let me share this tweet. Will come up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here we go. So it's saying, I don't know who needs to hear this, but an invitation to chill is actually a thinly veiled sexual proposition. So I needed to share that with y'all. And so I want to know what you guys think about that. Is that true?
For a lot of people, I think that it leaves the door open. It's like you come over, we hang out, and then if something happens,
it depends on how I know you or our level of friendship. Because I do go chill with friends, and we just chilling.
Okay.
But if a nigga hits you up saying let's chill, then
if a nigga don't say, hey, how are you? What you got going on? What you got planned? And he just say, let's chill, you know what's up.
Exactly. And I think that's where, go ahead, Marcus.
No, I was just to say, I feel like whenever I've actually chill with my friends, we've never said, hey, let's chill. So if I hear that, we know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
I've never been propositioned. I wish somebody would tell me to chill. Yes, God, I'm on the way.
I just feel like, you know, it's one of those things, like a lot of times, you know, when this is thrown out there on Twitter, everybody kind of parses it and you know, thinks about it in their own way. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's like the whole thing, like when you say Netflix and chill, you know exactly what that means, you know.
We're not doing that no more, though.
Are you still watching? Okay.
No, absolutely. No, I'm not.
Next episode starting in 5, 4, 3,
2. All right, let's go.
Skip intro.
Right. So one of my issues is, you know, and I had tweeted this out earlier this week, that my name is Jarrod Keep It Clear King. And as one of our viewers, Ty McKinney, said, hello, Ty, I think you're watching today. He said the D stands for direct. So, you know, instead of just asking somebody to chill and leaving that up in the ether for somebody to kind of figure out what you mean, why can't we just be more clear in what we're asking for? Why is there always all of this ambiguity to our communication? Yes,
Go hand.
Some people don't like, and I figured this out recently talking to a coworker, some people don't like direct, like in your face, boom. Because I had a coworker who had somebody hit her up and was like, hey, I want some head. He just said it like that. And she was like, like, I don't do that. But in her head, she was like, but I want to. If he would have just like played the game and like, if we could have just had a little conversation and, like make it a mystery, let's, like, but he was just straight with it. She didn't like that. But then, I mean, for me, I just feel like, tell me what you want, because I'm not going to sit here and be prepared for no reason.
Okay, so, I mean, I feel like, I feel like there's always a lead in. There's always a proper way to kind of build to what you want. But
some people send emojis.
Then say what you want. That's my thing. But what do you think?
But even that though, because some people though say they want you to be direct, and so you only hit them up when you want something. They like, well, you only.
And
hit
then
me
they be
up
mad.
It's like, but you told me to only hit you up when this is what you told me to do. So it's what I did. Like, why would we be talking about how your day is if this is what you wanted? So I get what
we've never been that close.
Yeah. So
what if I don't care that much? If I don't care how you're doing, I know what I want. Run me the yams, thanks.
Okay.
But I feel like in your case, Brandon, that's more of like a hookup type of thing, or more of like a friends with benefits type of situation.
We're not friends, but I hear what you're saying.
Marcus, what do you have to add to this?
I feel like it's one of them things where it's like, people want to be chased. Like people want, like that kind of like thrill of the chase. Like they don't want you to just be like, oh, this is what it is, because there's no fun in that. Like you just telling me exactly what it is. People like the play around the game.
Thank you. The fun is when I get there. Let's get to it.
I'm very direct, and I'm just like, and not rudely so, but I feel like when we start playing this game, it leaves you open to manipulation, and that's what I don't like. I don't like, oh, I never said that, or blah blah blah. I'm just like, and we know exactly what you meant, but that's why I'm always like, state your business. If you hit me up. Go ahead.
So if a guy texts you, let's chill, how do you respond?
If he texts me, let's chill, I mean, I don't know. I would just be like, what do you want to, like, first of all, what do you want to do?
Yes, very that.
What does chill mean? Let's define chill.
Very that.
So I'm asking just to get an example, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't even think I would be with anybody that would just say, let's chill. I don't know. I think that there's a little bit more, just my way of communicating. I don't think that would work. Not that I'm saying I would be like, oh, I can't talk to you or anything, but
yeah,
But then there's also certain things that are childish.
Such as, can you give us
like I had a guy was like, you want to watch a movie and make out? And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, how old are we? Why are we making out? Like, who does that? Like, if I come all the way to your house to make out, that's not all we doing, girl. Don't play with me. Like, but I'm also not, I don't know. It just depends on the person, because I just feel like,
yeah,
I can watch movies at my house.
All right. So my last question would be like, why do people take directness as rudeness? Because I've had, I don't know, I guess a couple times maybe I've come off a little bit rude, especially through text, when I'm texting something and I put periods in my sentences, and I'm just like, hey, this is what it is. But a lot of people take it as me being rude, but I'm just being very direct and fully explaining what I am. And I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because I think we talked about it last week a little bit with O'Neill Appeal.
Okay.
At O'Neill Appeal, who was our last guest, and he had said that he's very direct on text messaging, and sometimes people don't take that well. And I was curious what you guys think about that.
Some people are afraid. Some people have never been in a situation. People mistake being direct as being rude, when it's just, I'm being honest. Like, and because we're in times where everything is text instead of call or FaceTime or talk to you in your face. So even simple things is like you saying no. People are like, oh, that was shady. It's like, no, it wasn't shady. It just, no. The answer is no. So
no.
Can I have a piece of gum? No. Oh, you shady? No, I'm not shady. You just can't have a piece of gum. Like, I don't know.
Right. Marcus, what are you feeling?
I feel like like I said, people like to play games. Like that's just how people communicate. Like they beat around the bush, they try to soften the blow, they try to be nice and all these sorts of things. So when you have somebody who ain't doing that, like, oh my God, like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not playing the game. You're not hinting around. So you coming off as rude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My thing is, I feel like when you're direct like that, you don't leave the other person an out. And so I feel like that's what they don't like. They don't have any room to shift left or right. They just have to answer that question. You know what I'm saying? And people who like to be unclear and like to have the power in a relationship don't like that. That's my.
Come on,
that's where I'm
Sunday.
coming from.
Come on.
Yes, come on. That's a word.
My
God.
I also feel
Yes.
like in like going back to what you were saying earlier as it pertains to being direct, sometimes you're trying to chill at a certain time of night and I bitch be sleepy. So like I gotta be direct to figure out what you want because I'm finna go to sleep. So by the time you get to sending emojis and hitting and like, hey, how you doing? I'm asleep. So text me and say, I want a hunch. So okay, I'm up.
You're talking about childish. You said hunch.
Listen.
But I think that's the good thing too, though. It's like time definitely matters too. Because if you hit me up after 9, honestly, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we know what you're trying to do. Like you don't want to just chill. Like you want to fuck. So okay.
Context clues.
I mean, even if I want a hunch, and I'm gonna say hunch because I'm childish, yes. I'm gonna still hit you up at like 4 or 5, you know, hey, how you doing? Because I woke up this way. It just happened.
Hey.
What was that word? What did she say?
Hunch.
Hunch?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
You've never heard hunch?
You ain't never heard hunch?
No.
Oh, okay. That's when you hunching on it. That's when you hunching.
It's like humping, essentially. It's the same.
I've never heard that. All right, that's a new one. Is that a Southern thing?
No, it's just a childish word for sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it really is. It was.
All right, well, that's new. So, okay, let's move on. Let's move on to our next topic. So I want to shout out one of our biggest supporters, one of our big viewers at Evolving Remedy for this topic. So I'm going to share this tweet that she sent out to us. If I can get the screen right, I can never know where the share screen button is. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. So say you had a female coworker you adored. She reveals she's thinking of throwing the panties at another coworker. A man you happen to know is on Grindr regularly. Do you tell her or no? Because it's outing. So let's start with Brandon. What do you think?
You got his hand up.
Oh, I didn't see. I had to share the screen.
No, you go. No, I want you to go first. This is your show, please.
But you're the guest, so you got it. You can.
Go ahead, Tre'Varis. You can go. You can start first.
First of all, sis, how do you know that he's on Grindr? That's my question.
I think this is just a hypothetical, but
I think
she said it was a situation she really found out about it, but she said she found out later. So it's like if you have a friend, but you know that the guy she's interested in is on Grindr, do you tell her?
But
if
how
you
do you know
that
he? How do you know that he's on Grindr? First of all,
no,
I'm
I'm saying
on Grindr. Ew.
No, but Tre'Varis, you know he's on Grindr. You know who she's interested
me as a gay man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, but her as a woman, how does she know he's on Grindr?
She doesn't know. That's what she's saying. So it's like if you know she's interested in him, but you've seen him on Grindr, do you tell her?
But the girl who tweeted, it was a lady who tweeted this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but she knew the man was on Grindr before she told her friend.
No. She was the.
Oh, she was the girl
interested.
who wanted to throw the panties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can get past that part. Okay, got it. First of all, why are you on Grindr? Gross.
Exactly.
Also, it's iffy. Cause I have a coworker, we are really good friends. And so if something like that happened, I would tell her because I know that she can handle it maturely. And she's not like homophobic and like all the like extra and like she ain't all that. It's just gross is what it is. But then there's also that bisexual thing that happens where it's like, do I need to tell you? Because technically he like both anyway, so you kind of
it's kind of a gray
I can
area.
adore you and not be your friend though. She is a beautiful person. I love her down, but you're not ever coming to my house. But then there's like, girl, I adore you, my girl. You can go to my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's different type of,
Yeah.
So, but if you're my good girl, like, you know, I can, and I know that you can handle it, then yeah, I will. Let me say, you know, sis, don't bark up that tree. Wrong tree, sis.
But see, I feel like that's the thing, because so few people can quote unquote handle it. Like I've seen this happen before. Like I've been in situations like this before, and it never worked out well. Like the girl or the woman in the situation always blows up. It always becomes this whole thing, and they go on rants to the point where I have to kind of side at them like, hold on, because you're doing kind of a lot. So that has put me in the position where I feel like, you know what, that ain't my business. Like I'm not finna out nobody, because one, you're gonna put yourself in a position to where I can no longer fuck with you. And two, to be honest, it's really not my business. Because if you go approach that dude and he be like, and no, that's between y'all. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay. Brandon, what are your thoughts on this?
So I've actually been in this situation, not coworkers, but like actual friends. Like, we were 18 at the time, but it was like a friend of mine. I knew he was gay, but then we had honestly 2 other girlfriends who were like interested in him. And I was like, because like, you know, it's like, where it's like, essentially, where does the loyalty lie? Is it like, am I not outing him because I understand that struggle? Or do I tell them because we're friends too? And it's like, I ultimately chose not to say anything. Because like you said, it's not my place. This is what it feels like. Or you never know how they're going to react. Or you never know, because one of them was cool. The other one, though, she was like, how could you do that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but he wasn't leading you on. Like,
that's you.
Like, you're interested in him, that part. So,
but then are you also friends with him before you tell his business?
What are you talking about? So like, does your loyalty with him lie, you're saying?
Yeah, like, because if I'm not friends with him.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I was friends with both of them. So
okay,
like,
that's when I'm on my business. If I'm also friends with him, I'm minding my business. Like I don't.
Like, ask him, girl. Like,
yeah, absolutely. But that's still giving it away. Like, girl, you got to you do all that.
Kind of is.
Then she like, oh.
You know, I think in my case, normally I would not. I have one good girlfriend who, yeah, I would tell her anything. She's currently watching, and I think I shout her out every week. So y'all know who she is. But anybody else, I'd be like, nah, I can't really say. I'm not really gonna put myself in that position. That's gonna have to be you, because like even if I did know the guy, because I don't want to put his business out there, and if we're not close friends, then I'm not. The connection is not strong enough for me to put myself into that situation. But you guys brought up Grindr, so I'm trying to figure out what's the problem with Grindr.
It's called Grindr. First of all, it's called Grindr.
But honestly, though, I do think though, like, it's a regional thing, is what I've noticed just from other people seeing them like tweeting different things. I think that in the South, it's a bit more inclusive.
Girl, in Atlanta, Grindr is for the white people, and they call it Big Black Cock.
My God.
On Grindr. We don't go over there. We don't want those parts.
But see, I will say, when I was a young gay back at home, you know, I'm from Mississippi. Like, a Grindr was all we had. I don't know if this was like before Jack was a thing, or we just didn't have it. But Grindr was all we had, so everybody was on there. But nowadays,
it went from BGC to Adam for Adam for me. I didn't know Grindr was still in the back.
I missed Adam for Adam. I missed that one.
So yeah. I just want to let the viewers know who aren't clued into all of this. Grindr is basically
dating app.
Gay hookup app.
It's supposed to be a dating app.
It's a dating app, but it's a hookup app. Jacked is
basically the same way.
thing, but Jacked, we think, tends to be more diverse, or I guess more what you say?
Pretty much.
More niggas.
It's more of a cookout.
a little bit.
Like an electric slide, yeah.
And then the other two, BGC and Adam for Adam, were websites back before the mobile thing.
Ooh, that's when they had chat lines, bitch. Yes.
I could not get with BGC. It was just a little too for me.
I let that dial-up crank up. You let that dial-up crank up. Yeah. So you have your because you know when you live with your parents, you have your MySpace up on one tab. and you have your BGC up on the other tab. So your mama tells you to
Click.
go back over to my place, baby. And I wasn't even gay then.
Oh my
You were just on there
gosh.
reading the story.
Just being
Yes,
curious.
there was some good literature there.
Because when you open the page, that first piece of artwork at the top was cute, you know.
I almost
Yeah.
wish I wrote some
Cartoon,
stories
yeah.
back then and put them up there because that was a big audience for that.
It really was.
Because there, a lot of people. I know somebody who
Yes.
became an author from that.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think Grindr and Jacked are basically the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's the same function. I just think the demographic is different.
The demographic is a little bit different.
Perfect.
But I will say, okay, the demographic is definitely different, even up here in Philly. But Jacked, there are a bunch of headless torsos and like fake pictures and
baby,
dilute
and
the
the
whole
faces be
experience.
towed up.
I mean, but I feel like that's with anything, though. I feel like that's with even like Twitter.
I guess.
Well,
But what's dating life on Twitter, Marcus? Because you sound like you have some experience with the.
all these apps are the same. You can use them all the same way.
Really?
Twitter,
I've never used Twitter
Instagram.
for that.
I mean, honestly, I've had more hookups through Twitter than I have through
Really?
Jack or whatever. Yeah.
Shut up.
Do you have a freak Twitter?
Huh?
Do you have a freak Twitter, Marcus?
What? What is that?
Hey.
I don't know what that is.
You know what a freak Twitter is.
Yes, because he ain't say no.
This isn't what the topic is about, though. We're talking about Grindr and this man being outed.
Okay, we're gonna move on then.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. You
Hit me
put
up
us
if
to
you
move
want
on.
to- Anyway.
Tre'Varis took a big gulp when I said that. And I just want to
Well,
know.
I'm finished. I finished that.
Okay. Do you have a freak Twitter, Brandon?
I do not know.
No.
I mean, I
Marcus?
follow accounts, but I don't have one myself.
Okay.
No.
All right. Marcus, were you about to say something?
What's that?
He was not.
Wait. I mean, I wasn't about to say nothing.
Marcus, just send me the link when it's over. I'll sign an NDA for it if I have to.
Oh gosh.
But not what I've been saying. But no, I wanna ask this though. It wasn't what I was about to say to him, but just throwing it out here. So y'all said if you didn't know the guy, that your friend wanted to talk to, you would feel you kind of feel a little bit more comfortable, like saying like, oh well, it's this and that. Like, what if that led to a messed up situation? Well, like this person the girl reacted negatively, kind of put him on blast. Like
That's the way you got to know your girl.
Mhm.
That's why, like for me, I have the coworker that I have. I know how she'll react, so I'm okay with telling her. But
I
if
think
you
that's
don't
also-
know your girl, shut up.
I think it's also an important part too. Is it's like in the scenario though, it's your coworker. So I think like your real friend, you probably would know a little bit better than your coworker, because like what I'm saying, y'all kiki laugh for the 8 hours, whatever y'all are working together. You don't always know them that well,
Right.
so it's like you really wouldn't know how that if you go one way or the other. It's like, well, shit, you tell your ass nothing.
Because I didn't even think about that. I forgot about that element. This coworker. Now you fucked the whole job.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I think if I were ever in that situation, I would just have to check the girl and just be like, what do you, I mean, if it came to that, if I messed up, put my foot in it and put his business
You
out
shouldn't be
there,
playing where you get paid anyway. So that's my opinion, me personally.
I mean,
that was
sometimes things
actually a
happen.
question.
Well,
That was actually a question on my
Sometimes
list.
things happen. I mean,
So do you guys get on the apps at work?
Child, I want everything at
Not
work. I'd be
at
bored,
work.
child.
but I have been on the apps and then found out we work together, and that's
Okay.
like, oh. Right. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I work down at the schoolhouse, so
Right.
the answer is no.
Because you done pulled up on all them kids. Ooh, that's bad. Them kids be on there, that's over.
I don't need that pressure in my
Well,
life.
I'm a server, so I get on the app to see if the customer gay or not.
Hello? Now
There you
look.
go. Have you ever picked up anybody like that?
I don't.
What? Well, what's the point then?
I mean, I just want to know if he gay or not. Like, listen, this is
Satisfy your own curiosity.
Just because I'm nosy. I'm just nosy. That's what that is. I ain't trying to.
Oh man, you
'Cause
ain't
if it
you
go
ain't put your
bad,
number on the
then
bill. You just slide
I've
the
never
number
done
on the-
that. I've never. I talk a lot, but I don't be getting to play. Like, it's hard out here being a gay man and a drag queen, so I don't be.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I would work up the nerve to do that if I really
I don't
was
have
feeling
it.
somebody. Yeah.
When I get nervous, I get gassy, so that's not cute. I can't do that to myself.
Oh no!
Oh man! And nobody's ever hooked up with a coworker. No,
I have.
You have. Okay.
It was like it wasn't a full. It was just like, let me see it.
So you only saw it? That's it? You ain't touch it? You ain't do the...
I don't think we were coworkers at the time.
Okay.
You didn't answer the question.
I mean, well, yeah, I hooked up, but I don't think that.
No, I meant Tre'Varis.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we were listening to Marcus. What'd you say, Marcus?
I've said my piece. I've admitted to my dirt.
All right, next question.
No, I never have. Just to round out the answers. Yeah, I never have. Huh?
Would you?
Would I? Yeah, I would. Okay. I would do it. You know, but I mean, you know, they got to be. They have to be mature about it too. I mean, it's not. And me, like knowing, like I just don't want things to be awkward afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing you got to be careful about when you get into a situation.
But see, what if it's real good and you end up in your feelings?
And that's where you run into trouble. Don't get in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings. I actually don't. I don't really get into my feelings after a hookup. I don't know.
Oh, you a savage. Okay.
I've never had sex that made me have feelings afterwards. No.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, it's been really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but I've never had it like, oh my gosh, like, let me do it. Whatever you say. No, nigga.
Oh no. Okay.
Tre'Varis is feeling differently, but I guess that's why you only saw it and didn't do much more than that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Goodness. All right, so we are going to move on. Oh man, hold up. I enlarged my screen, so I need to bring this back. Bring it back. Hold up. Having a little bit too much fun. All right, so we're going to talk about the whole buy me a PS5 thing that everybody's talking about now. This is something everybody's saying. So the video game world was shooketh with the announcement of the PlayStation 5. The price is set at $499.99 for the one with a disc slot and $399.99 for the version that only allows digital game downloads. At those prices, it's becoming a relationship status indicator. Just do a search for the phrase buy me a PS5. So, Marcus, I want to start with you because I know you're a fellow gamer. What do you think about this phenomenon of buying your boyfriend or girlfriend a PlayStation?
I mean, you know, I wish somebody would buy me one. So, you know. But no, like, that's the thing. Like, I can't necessarily see myself doing nothing like that unless, you know, we is on the fast track to get married, because that's a lot of money. But, you know, I would like you to do it for me.
Okay, so you would accept a nice expensive gift like that, huh?
I sure would. Thank you so much.
Do either of you have any thoughts on this? Because I can get a little bit more specific to bring you into the conversation, because I know you guys aren't gamers necessarily. Tre'Varis, please.
I'm not a gamer at all. Like, literally don't even own anything. But I'm a natural giver. Like, if I really care about you, like, you don't have, even if it's just a friend, I like giving gifts. It's just a thing. However, at $500 plus shipping and handling,
it's no games, right? Like, it's just
no games. This is just do I get the controllers with it?
You get one.
Well,
you get
if
one.
You're buying that,
right?
You got to get everything. I'm thinking, like, you're gonna buy a PlayStation. Don't just get me a PlayStation.
You get one.
To play with you. Anyway,
watch him play.
I just lies. If I bought it, well, you finna teach me how to work this thing, because if you guys go to glory, somebody gotta play. I just feel like right now I'm not in a financial position to be dishing out $500 just because. But I mean, if I had it and it wasn't no big deal, like, it don't matter to me. If I really care about you, like friend or bae, I don't. If you said you wanted it, okay, cool.
Well, that's cool. It tells us that you're a very generous person. Brandon, any thoughts?
I think the same. I think if I really cared about you and we were like in a really good space or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that we're good and I have it, I think yeah. But I think though, I mean, I grew up playing games. I don't play them anymore. But it's like I know that that's just the console and the one controller. So then you need at least another controller. You need at least like 2 or 3 games.
That's when you show me that you care about me.
Like, because you buy that stuff yourself?
Because you buy the second controller so I can play with you.
But then the games...
That's real.
But the games are like, what, $50, $60, don't they?
$50 for a game?
Now they up to 70 for them.
New games are expensive, yeah.
Back in the day, Crash Bandicoot wasn't nothing but like $10.
More Crash Bandicoot!
Jeez.
But games have been, though, like $40, $50 for at least the past 10, 15 years. Yeah, they've been expensive for a minute.
Do you guys think that people jump the gun as far as being in a relationship with someone early? Okay.
Absolutely.
So explain that. Like, what do you think their thought process is behind that? Is it they're I'm gonna lock it in by buying them this expensive gift or something? Is that what it is?
For some, I think some really do think you can buy someone's affection, and you can buy some people's affection. So I mean, it works for some people.
Some people live their life how they were raised, because their parents bought them stuff, and even though they weren't there, so I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I think too, or it's the sense of like, I bought you this, so now you kind of at least owe me a something, you know.
And I wish a nigga would. You can have this shit back here.
Okay, so you think that's kind of what it's like, you know, if I get you something this expensive, you should come back with something of equal or more value, or, you know, maybe
in some people's mind,
like, you know, getting married or saying that we're maybe not a ring, but, you know, if a girl does that for a guy, maybe they're looking for that, maybe they're angling for that, or saying that we're exclusive or something now. Like, if I buy this,
not you buying this for me, y'all ain't even exclusive. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know, we're talking about jumping the gun. Marcus, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, people do strange things. You know, I'll buy you this PS5 and you'll buy me a ring. And now we're walking down the aisle with the controller in hand.
The gays and the lesbians do that without a PS5. Like, you know. You know, we be dating for 2 weeks, moved in a month, and we signed a year lease, and we fighting in 3 months and ready to move out, but we can't move out because we don't have no money to break the lease. So now we stuck in this apartment together for a year.
Oh my God, that sounds like
people bringing them over, and then
I didn't mean to read the room, but this is especially with lesbians. But we're not gonna have that conversation.
Do you think lesbians are really faster than?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they period sync up, and they be in the house fighting and hate each other.
Didn't we just talk about Niecy Nash a couple weeks ago?
And they be having now that's different. Anyway,
who are we talking about?
Oh my goodness!
I feel like I'm out of the loop on that one. I don't
know. You looked away and you missed the conversation.
He said Niecy Nash.
Oh, Niecy Nash. I thought you said something else. I didn't know what you said. Yeah.
See, I think that's different because everybody feel like people check out of relationships before they leave the relationship. So we don't know what happened in the relationship. Okay. Where she could have been with the man for years, but she could have been out of that relationship for like 3 years in her head.
And I feel like they kind of hinted at that because they were just waiting on the divorce to get finalized.
You know, because some people don't want to sign the divorce papers and be holding on to them for years and years. Like, sign this paper. We want to live together. Like, we ain't even having sex or nothing. Like, why are you holding on? Let me go. Like,
wow.
But who and me? I can't even get a man, so let me shut up.
How quickly do you guys think is appropriate to get into an exclusive relationship?
I move slow, so don't ask me.
Well, I mean, how slow?
I think it's if you know what you want, then you can, like, I think if we have an adult conversation, now moving in is different. different. Having a title and moving in is two different things. Now we trying to make a title, make it exclusive.
Yeah.
We can just talk about that. But moving in with somebody is a different conversation.
Right. I feel like for me, I don't know. I'm very if I know what I want, like I'm set. I don't need to play the field. But if you need to play the field, then I'll play the field with you. But I don't really need to go there. If I really like you, I don't really need to do a whole lot. And like I can go out on maybe 3-4 dates and I'll be like, all right, well, I know what the deal is. So if I like you enough, I don't know, maybe it's just my Aquarian intuition or something.
Some people are talented.
So you say that you could do a title after like the 3 or 4 dates? Like, what does that time frame look like?
I could say like maybe after like a month and a half, I could say, we could be exclusive or something. I wouldn't have an issue with that. It was, I feel like I can feel a person out quickly enough to feel comfortable to say, okay, this is who I'm rolling with. But I think sometimes I jump the gun for the other person because maybe they're not on the same wavelength or they're not on the same speed that I am. So I have to like hold that back sometimes.
But that should also be discussed in your first meet and greet before your first date. I believe in a meet and greet before a date.
Okay.
What's a meet and greet?
A meet and greet. A meet and greet is a meet and greet. Number one is automatically Dutch. I'm not paying for your food on a meet and greet. I need to see if I actually like you first. Like I want to see if I actually like you in some sense before I say let's go on a date.
But is that not what because for a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people do like talking or texting over the phone or something of some kind of is that not similar?
Well, if we already met, like, let's just say it's an app. We can meet on social media or an app. I've never met you physically. I would like to literally, because for me, people are actually shocked how tall I am when they meet me. So like, because some people are like, oh my God, you're so tall. I'm like, am I? I thought I was regular height, but whatever. But like, I like to like, let me see what it gives first, because if it ain't giving what I saw,
yeah,
we good.
Like I can agree with you there because like if you're on from a dating app or online or whatever, I feel like just a casual, let's meet up for drinks or something and let's talk and just feel each other out. I get that, but I feel like
not going to be no.
They're not the first date though.
I don't know if I consider that
in the first date.
But I think
because on the first date we're going all out. Like let's do like we're going to have a great time. At least for me, I like to really have a great date. On a meet and greet, we just finna meet.
But I think a lot of people view what you view as a meet and greet as the first date, and then the second date is when they go all out.
That's them. That's for me in my house. It's a different situation. We're doing a meet and greet first. We literally are going like, we may just do like, we're just going to a restaurant and then we're going home separately.
Oh, so a date is going home together?
No, a date is like a plan of like events. Like,
it's like a full day.
I mean, half a day, because sometimes my social media runs low quickly.
I think for me, I tend to like if I like because I kind of agree with you. I just define that first date as a meet and greet to kind of let them feel a little more at ease. I could call it a date, but then people get off, they flip out, and you say anything's a date. You say anything,
and then on the meet and greet, you get to say like, I am looking for a relationship. If you are not, there's no point of us talking. Like, there's no like. I know what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that.
I got a question.
I'll say that. So
are there like extended conversations leading up to this meet and greet? Because I feel like that relationship question should come up before we even see each other. Honestly,
this is true. But also people don't know how to read through text, and they take things wrong. So I need to see my face when I say I'm here for a relationship, bitch. I'm not here to be your friend.
For emphasis.
I'm not like I have enough friends. Okay, I'm looking for a man. Okay,
well, all right.
Because I'm also not one that can date a bunch of people at one time. I don't have the attention span to keep up with a whole bunch of niggas at one time. I can't do that. So like one at a time. Get in line if you wait your turn.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I know we're running out of time. Before we go, I wrote a little something for this PlayStation.
Brandy
So
got a poem. Here we go.
I'm gonna share this with y'all. That wasn't nice because they already think I'm the Brandy type. They already think I'm that Brandy archetype.
You picked Brandy.
That's hilarious.
This isn't thinking. We know.
So here we go. Buy me a PlayStation. Show me that it's real. Buy me a PlayStation. Show me that it's real. Buy me a PlayStation. Show me how you feel. This ain't no game, baby. You know what the deal. Hey, buy a PlayStation. Show me that. Everybody join in. Buy me a PlayStation. Show me that it's real.
Wait. When you said you wrote something, I realized you meant like an actual song.
No, I
That's
wrote
why
a little
joked.
song.
I
What do you mean? I wrote a little
I
something.
thought you wrote something to like say. I didn't know it was like a
No,
song.
that's what it is. Buy me a PlayStation. And Sony, if you need to use that as a commercial, just hit me up.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me,
There you go.
I wasn't expecting an actual poem.
Well,
Thank you.
I mean, I'm full of being unexpected. So there we go. Expect the unexpected.
No, you should tell me because I wasn't ready. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. So y'all want to go again? Y'all want to join in on me? Okay, buy you a PlayStation.
I'm prepared now.
I'm just playing with y'all.
I'm about to say, throw a verse in there. Come on, give us.
No, I'm not gonna go do the whole thing.
It's your bar.
The whole thing. There's more.
I've got no more than that. But
well, I do have a question. Is there something that somebody can buy you other than a ring to like show you that it's real? Like, is there something that like each of you have? Like, if a nigga bought me this, like, oh. Okay.
It would be a PlayStation. I'm a gamer, so I would enjoy that, and I would be like, oh, okay. Yeah, but a ring would also do the trick as well.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I would believe it because people try to use money to get in good with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I would take it. But I don't know if that would just be like, oh, well, they for real.
Mm.
Now, have you
Gotcha.
real quick? I think one last question. Have you guys ever bought a guy an expensive gift or done something really expensive?
Oh, when I was young and stupid. I wasn't gay yet, but I was young and stupid. Listen, my daddy a pastor. I wasn't gay. You know what I'm saying? And so I was really young, and I had met this guy. He said he was a preacher's kid too, and I gave him my very first debit card after our first date. He said he needed something happened with his dad and the church's money, and his accounts were tied up in it. So he wanted to pay his phone bill. So I gave him my debit card and left. I left him with my debit card. I was like 15 or 16. And he literally like had my debit card in the negative for like $300-some. And he wrote 2 checks in my name.
Oh no.
And they were both
sorry
like
to hear that.
$500 each.
Man.
I was so stupid. Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been. I guess you learned that.
But,
it was so stupid.
Yeah, I have.
But then a few years later, he came. I used to work at Publix, and he came through my job, and I was the cashier. And he came through my line, and his card declined. I said, "Look at God."
May not come when you want them.
My God, today, but he'll be
man. That's funny. That's funny.
Right,
so I think we are going to end on that note. Thank you for that story, Tre'Varis. Now, can you you please let the audience know where to find you and your work, please?
So I'm 2 different people right now. I'm Tre'Varis. I'm also Princess Carter. So you can find me at what is it, Lord? Oh, The Real Tre'Varis. Trevaris. It's at The Real Tre'Varis, or at Princess Carter, PRYNCESS Carter. And that's me. That's what everything that I have going on will be on there.
Awesome. So to our viewers, if you enjoyed our conversation and want to see more, it's absolutely necessary that you let us know, whether that's a bunch of hearts on the live stream, a like and subscribe on YouTube, a comment and a share. Please show us some love. Let us know that we're giving you what you like. So it's time for our little toast, everybody. Get your glasses.
Oh, Lord, it's gone.
You can toast with your water. You can toast with your water.
But I want to feel official. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I want to feel like I did something. Okay.
All right. So until next time, be careful what you say because the